Oh, 5 years expires, indefinite extension of ODP until government will prepare a CDP. And this is the scenario we're in today, where there is no study, no estimation, no justification, but everything is being done if there is a need to grow faster under ODP provision and exploiting the ODP's lack of requirement of study to quickly allow for higher development, which I think is very suspicious and possibly maybe malevolent.
आतां बाब ताहिरान आमकां एक्सप्लेन करून सांगलें आनी ताणें एक उडगास केलो 1960 अमेरिकाक सावन तांकां आल्बर्ट मेयराक हाडचो पडलो दिल्लीक. पूण आतां द सिट्युएशन आसा त्या प्रमाणे आमचे ताहीर बाबान ते अमेरिका सावन शिकून हांगा गोंयांत येतात. अशें ताहीर ताची टीम आनी दुसरे जायते गोंयकार गोंयांत आमच्या टॅलंट आसा. डू वी हॅव द वील? दॅट इज द क्वेश्चन. तशेंच हाचें प्लॅनिंग बाब ताहिरान एक्सप्लेन केलां. आमचें हॅप हॅजार्ड अनप्लॅन डेवलपमेंट जो जाता तो आमकां फुडाराक आमचे फुडले पिळगेक तांकां भोगचें पडटलें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मारगांव आमी शेतां पुरयल्यान कमर्शियल झोन क्रिमेटोरियम ताचे कुशीक कमर्शियल न्हंयची दी रिवर साल थंय तेमी कमर्शियल झोन दाखयल्यात विदाउट स्टार्टिंग दॅट रेड लायन एरिया फ्लडिंग एरिया ऑल दीस थिंग्स. दीस इज गोईंग टू बी अ डिजास्टर. आनी हें आमचो बाब ताहीर बरे भाशेन आमकां आतां एक्सप्लेन करता वाय वी नीड लँड यूज प्लॅनिंग. थँक्यू ताहीर. आतां दुसरो क्वेश्चन, वॉट आर प्लॅनिंग एरियाज ऑफ गोवा मेन फॉर?
So kind of fits in what I already explained. The planning area does not have to be a city. This is one misconception that people have. A planning area can be any fast growing area as decided from time to time by the government. But a planning area needs more detailed plan than the original plan. Best settlement zone आणि Tachvi North zone आणि agriculture orchard natural cover zone is not enough. You need to then, if something is growing very fast, you need to organize where it grows. Because आता commercials जातले, where do you put the commercial? Do you want to scatter it around or do you want to concentrate it in some places? आता residential जातले, you can have high-rise residential apartment building तशे, and you can have low-rise residential, row villas, nazalar independent houses. All of this detailed planning will only come once a planning area is declared and a CDP, Comprehensive Development Plan, John, I already said before, is done. This is the planning process carried out in most of the Western democracies. So in the UK, the US, they follow this system. In Goa, we are still a little bit away from getting there because we are delaying on our Comprehensive Development Plan.
थँक यू. आतां ताहीर बाबान आमकां एक्सप्लेन केलां जाता ते प्रमाणे. आतां आमच्या गांवांनी चडशे गोंयच्या गांवांनी जायतो लोक नेणार आसा आनी त्या नेणारपणाचो जायते जाण फायदो काडूंक सोदतात. सो आतां ह्या गांवांनी ज्यो पंचायत आसात तांचे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, वॉट इज प्लॅनिंग एट द पंचायत एंड डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल?
So this is actually a very good question. So 73rd Amendment of the Constitution gives two powers to the Panchayat and the Zilla Panchayat. At the Panchayat, village Panchayat level, Gram Panchayat level, it has the power to regulate the improvement of land. If you read the 11th schedule, what does an improvement of land mean? In simple English, construction. Munun, without a construction license from a panchayat, nothing can be built. The final authority to grant any construction has to be the local government. The state government cannot permit construction without the consent of the panchayat specifically. This is very important. Karan, these days, our panchayat sometimes they throw their hands in the sky whenever a mega project comes before them and they say, TCP in permission dila, ata we have to give permission. This is completely untrue. If you read the TCP technical clearance, it is not a permission. It is a no objection certificate, NOC, from the planning point of view. And all the TCP licenses, NOCs, they have certain clauses which say village panchayat is required to a certain water supply. Village panchayat has the ability to overrule this. TCP NOCs हे सगळे बरयला. But our panchayats have been misled, fooled maka khabar na who is passing this misinformation to them that if TCP gives permission, you are forced to give permission. That's not the case. If they even read the TCP permissions, they will realize that the panchayat body, has the power to take a final decision on a construction. So this is one important thing at the Gram Panchayat level. Now, Magir, the Zilla Panchayat has also been given power under the 73rd Amendment to prepare what's called District Development Plan. This came because, unlike Goa, most of the other states of India were refusing to plan outside of their big cities. And so, all the land use management powers were given to the Zilla Panchayat as well as a lot of funding from central government to at least prepare RPs in the form as well as financial plans deciding which panchayat gets what type of funding, and then also some sort of a land use policy for the district. In Goa, the district development plan is very sparingly used. It's mainly only looking at the infrastructure and funding aspects. And till now, I don't think we have any land use policy within the district development plan. I believe, but I'm not 100% sure because nobody has tried it, even in case studies of other parts of India, except in Kerala. Few districts have done it, where the district development, where the Zilla Panchayat is very strong and very active, and they've made a district development plan that has conflicted with the state government's land use policy. If that happens, then in Kerala's case, both aligned, but it may be an opportunity. The way ODPs are being used, and with no rhyme or reason, as Jack Bab said, in a field gets converted in the ODP to a commercial land. When, as I explained before, ODP's job is to lock down the touch me not areas, lock down the no development areas. But Margao ODP is a good example where the no development areas are actually being removed through the ODP. So the ODP is working opposite to how Bab Albert Meyer had envisioned the first ODP to work. But in that case, if we feel state government through its town planning department or PDA is not doing planning, is doing anti-planning through this type of ODP or Amifude Mutta section 39A 17.2, which everybody is very agitated about. If the state government is interfering like this, then there is a potential for Zilla Panchayat to prepare a land use policy through a district development plan, which could hopefully, because it has a land use component, have some justification, have some studies, and therefore be a better alternative, a more sensible alternative, more sustainable alternative that keeps some land and some hope for future generation.
ताहीर बाबान एक्सप्लेन केलां की आमचें प्लॅनिंग करपाक जाय तशें जायना, पूण आमच्या गोंयकारां लागीं पावर आसा, विलेजींनी पावर आसा, आनी आमी मागता दर एके विलेजीन आपआपले गांव राखपाक प्रयत्न करपाची गरज आसा. बिकॉज हें जें प्लॅनिंग जाता तें गोंयकारांक खूब म्हारग पडपाचें आसा. अनप्लॅन्ड डेवलपमेंट आय एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, एंड द वे इट इज गोईंग in थोड्याच वर्सांनी it will be impossible to manage Goa's resources. It will be very difficult to live in Goa. हें आमी जाता जाल्यार सांबाळपाक प्रयत्न करपाची गरज आसा. तशें ताहीर बाबान सांगलां, विलेजीस लोकांनी तेंकडे पावर आसा, पूण हे मिसइन्फॉर्मेशन करून लोकांक मिसगायड करतात. तो आमी गोंयकारांनी हाचेर स्टडी करून दर एका गांवच्या लोकांनी गोंय सांबाळपाक प्रयत्न करपाची गरज आसा. थँक्यू ताहीर. आता निमणो क्वेश्चन, what is the role of planning vision for the state?
Oh yeah, I am a big proponent of bottom-up planning. Maka dista kai sthanik lok know exactly best what is good for them. So I believe very strongly that if Goa want to plan and develop itself better, every Gram Panchayat should convene special Gram Sabhas wherein all the interested villagers in the village come and decide where they don't want any more development, where they can allow more development. Then the state government can come in and superimpose the touch-me-not zones. Because the touch-me-not zones come from some scientific or historic or ecological background, and that maybe the localites will not know. But after you superimpose that, I hope that there would still be a lot of new areas that could be opened up to development. But there would also be a development that benefits people who currently live here. You see, what I think the biggest problem in Goa planning today is that the new kind of developments, new settlement zones that are being opened up under 39A 17.2, which has, if I'm not mistaken, 17.2 has now crossed 45 lakhs, and 39A has already, in just 2 months, November pasun Ata has crossed 11 lakhs. So we're talking over 50 lakh square meters has been changed from orchard, paddy field, steep slope, and CRZ into settlement using just these two laws. And in case by case basis, across the villages of Goa, mostly in Perne, Salsette, Bardesh talukas. It is very brutal, very blatant, and zaite. I have not been able to study all. I only looked at the first 100 cases. There are over 1,100 cases cleared in total under these two laws. Maka RTI farik korun खूप पैसे भरला कित्याक each RTI is like 50 pages. I got the first 100. Out of them, 62 are for real estate companies. Out of those 62 real estate companies, 40 are not from Goa. They are registered either in Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Pune, or Bombay. Besides that, out of these 100, 62 are for real estate companies, another 18 are for individuals who, if you just type their name in, you find that they are partners in real estate companies. So really, very, very few of the new settlement zone that is getting added under 39 and 17.2 is actually benefiting people who currently live in Goa. And if we plan, go back to my first point that we are trying to use land with the perspective, with the forward thought that there is something left for next generation to expand, use a little more and use a little more. We have to save today, conserve today for tomorrow's use. But right now, if we want to conserve, our people need to be protected. People who are currently residing in Goa. Not people who, or companies who are looking to come in now. But Ata Jami Dista, the kind of anti-planning, I call it, is benefiting those who want to come in at the cost of those who have been here.
थँक्यू ताईर. आतां बाब ताहिरान आपली जी नॉलेज आमच्या मुखार शेअर केल्या तेणें सजमावपाचो प्रयत्न केला की हो लँड यूज प्लॅनिंग कितलें क्रुशियल फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट फॉर आवर फ्युचर जनरेशन. आमी कॅरिंग कॅपेसिटी हेंय सजमून घेवपाची गरज आसा. मॅक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ पीपल आर सपोर्टेड बाय गिवन एरिया बाय नॉट डिग्रेडिंग द एनवायरमेंट, by not compromising the quality of life of those residents. तेणें सांगलां इनहॅबिटंट ते रावताय त्या रेजिडेंट्साचें लायफ, क्वॉलिटी ऑफ लायफ कॉम्प्रोमायज करिनासतना वी नीड टू हॅव सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट. थँक्यू ताहीर बाब, तुवें आयज हांगा येवन गोंयच्या खातीर सॅक्रिफायस करून आपलो टायम भेटयलो म्हणून.
Always a pleasure to talk to you all about planning in Goa.
आनी अशेंच ताहिरा भाशेन दोज हू आर कन्सर्न अबावट गोवा तांकां आमी आपोवन म्हयन्याक 2 फावटी ओ म्हणजे 15 दिसांनी 1 फावट तांचे विचार आमी गोंयकारां मुखार दवरपाक प्रयत्न करतले. आनी आमी जें इन्फॉर्मेशन गोंयकारां मुखार दवरपाक प्रयत्न करतले दॅट वील बी थ्रू द लेन्स ऑफ हिस्टरी, सायन्स एंड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजन्स. नाव वॉट आय मीन बाय सायन्स, एंड नेक्स्ट टायम दुसऱ्या एपिसोडांत टायम मेवल्यार हांव ताचो एक एग्जाम्पल दितलो. फॉर एक शॉर्ट सांगतलो जाल्यार एज गोंयचे फुडले पिळगे खातीर वी डावट अबावट आवर एड्युकेशन. For example, there is something called education and quality education. ताचेर एक एग्जाम्पल दितलो जाल्यार पणज्यान कितलेशेच हायली एड्युकेटेड, स्मार्ट, इंटेलिजंट गोंयकार आसात, बट दॅट सांतिनेज क्रीक स्टील स्टिंकिंग. वॉट अबाउट मारगांव, मडगांवां कितलेशेच हायली एड्युकेटेड, स्मार्ट एंड इंटेलिजंट गोंयकार आसात, बट दॅट सोंसडो स्टील स्टिंकिंग. What about Riversal? One of the most polluted river in India. Why? Truth hurts, I know. But गोंयची जी परिस्थिती आसा ते प्रमाणे अशें आमी प्रश्न करपाची गरज आसा. सो आमी गोंयकारांक सांगूंक सोदता, जरी तर तुजें मन बरें आसा, forget about your education, forget about your position, forget about what language you speak. तुजें जरी तर मन बरें आसा, you are the one who can make a difference. इतलेंच सांगून 15 दिसांनी परते मेळोया. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless Goa. And thank you, Tahir, for your sacrifice.